Hello and welcome back to my channel. I'm Rebecca Robeson and this is my son Scott. We have a very exciting two-part series to share with you today.
This could be a very expensive mistake on my part.
Okay, so I need a miracle in 3 days. What is it about, Scott?
It's about a high-rise penthouse condominium remodel.
And it's something that we've spent 6 months on and we just completed it yesterday. So tonight is going to be the reveal. Like I said, this is two parts. Today, we're going to talk to you in this video about the whole process, how we met the client, everything that we went through to get to where we are right now. And in video 2, it will be the reveal of this project. So hold on tight, mark your calendars for next Thursday at 2 o'clock Central to watch the reveal of this amazing project. What are you laughing at?
Mark your calendars.
Do it. So why don't we have Scott tell us how exactly we ended up doing this project in the first place?
So here I was minding my own business and I get an email from the client that we're working for. She emailed me on my work email, my real estate work email. And I was like, oh, this is a client, maybe she wants me to sell a property. But no, she was trying to get a hold of my mom. She said, I've been trying to get a hold of your mom for 6 months and I've not been able to reach her. I know she's coming to San Diego. I saw her Instagram live and I really want her to do my condo. Can you please help me? So I said, you know what? I'm just gonna forward the email on, and I called my mom and said, hey, this lady really wants you to design her place. I know that you don't do projects anymore, but maybe we could consider this. I heard it's a penthouse condo, downtown San Diego, overlooking
The Bay. Well, it's not that I don't do projects anymore. What I've been doing is really short turnaround projects because I don't have a big full staff anymore. So the kinds of things I can do where I fly into town and in 3 days I can make a huge difference. Well, when this client reached out, I said, you know, if I can do this in, let's say, 6 days, not 3, I'll give you 6. She said, all right, let's do it. Well, that's how we started, but that's not how we ended. Turns out she wanted a lot more than what we could do in that short amount of time. What are some of the things that she wanted, Scott?
One of the things that she said was, I want to walk in here and just have peace. And just, this is a second home for them. And she just wanted this to be like an escape and something that was just welcoming, but also easy to use.
Yeah, and at first, 6 days, what can I do in 6 days? Well, you've seen the other videos, I can do a lot in a short amount of time, but to order furniture from Restoration Hardware, where a lot of this is from, that takes time. We actually changed the countertops in the kitchen. And at one point, she was thinking about redoing her bathrooms. Okay, all of a sudden this took a complete turnaround of, oh, this isn't a quickie, this is gonna take some time. However, I will say what we did do, we did in 6 months, which is record time really for a project. Yeah. So here's what happened. I agreed to do her project and I got started working on it, but the way I did was I said the only way I can do a project in Tulsa, from Tulsa, and it be here in San Diego is if we could maybe talk Scott into being the project manager. That way I'd have boots on the ground, someone I could say, hey, the contractors, yeah, cute boots. The contractor needs this, the electrician needs this, the plumber needs this, and someone could be on site. And Scott, though he is a full-time real estate agent, graciously agreed to be my boots on the ground.
She said she was gonna have it painted today. When I talked to Mom, she said, do not have anything painted, don't do anything more. As we all know, when you're gonna be doing a project, it's better to do it right the first time and not have to spend money, even if that's not an issue. So she held off on the painting and we are gonna get to take a look at it for the first time. And yeah, I think she's gonna pull the trigger. We're gonna do a project. We have something in real estate, videographers and photographers for real estate, they use something called Matterport. And it looks like a spider. Essentially, it's got like eyeballs everywhere. And it spins around and it creates a 3D model of the home. And I said, well, why don't we do a Matterport? That'll give you a real understanding of the space because she had never been here yet.
And the other part that was super cool is it makes a floor plan for you that is to scale. So I was then in Tulsa able to put that into SketchUp and start getting work on the project, working with the client to find out what did she want this house to look like in the end. So I was fully prepared when I came out for the first time in July. And I got here on July 3rd, and I walked in and saw the condo for the first time. At that point, you'd already had Mahogany Run come in and remove everything from the condo.
And there's many reasons why we do that. The biggest reason is if we're doing any kind of construction, especially drywall, the microscopic fine dust that gets kicked up gets into everything.
I think what we should do is walk through the apartment and, well, condo, and Scott can explain to you what we've done so far. And then I'll show you the model, my idea of the furniture placement. Make sure that you are happy with it, because once I know which direction we're doing the furniture, then I can start ordering.
And it's going to be torn out.
This is torn out tomorrow morning.
So if this was my home, the very first thing I would do is raise these headers. I cannot stand when closets are like this. They have to be because they put the doors on them. If I design this nicely, you wouldn't even need to have doors on it. But this going up to that ceiling height in there would make it look so much better, and I'd love to get rid of this. This light fixture, it's just awful. But I know why, because if this is concrete, we can't put lights in the ceiling. This is the size of the area rug, so it's really nice and large. That alone is going to make this space feel much larger, not so compartmentalized. A chair that would not look like this, I just use it. These are all placeholders. None of this is going to look specifically like this. Then I decided to give you a round table instead of a rectangle. The Granite Solutions guy is going to cut this. You see how there's that lip? We're going to get rid of that. So when this will be stone coming straight up and straight out. So it'll be very clean, sleek, very easy to clean. This is the new proposed office, and I do want to take these doors off, and I thought an ottoman would be smart. Then you can really be cozy and comfortable in there.
Will you recline?
Recline, ooh.
No, I mean really. There are nice things that recline.
There are some. It's going to have a much higher back.
Oh.
Do you really want a recliner? I'll give you one if you want one, but you're going to have to twist my arm.
It would be so nice.
Okay, all right, we'll get you a recliner. Will you write that down and then erase it? I'm just kidding. So I was pretty prepared, but just seeing it in real life was great. And you know what? I had said when I walked through, this would be the place to watch the 4th of July fireworks. And guess what?
The client said, why don't you guys you have the keys, go up there and watch the fireworks.
Can you imagine?
So we did.
I don't wanna fall in love and love again with the sin and pretend that it's self-up.
She's got the penthouse, and it's pretty spectacular. It had some really unusual, quirky aspects to it, like little soffits that drop down and bump outs in the wall, and all of that is for mechanical issues. And the ceiling in here is concrete. That changes everything when it comes to doing lighting.
It's demo day. Get the guys in here, taking the cabinets out.
'Cause I don't know what you'll say. It's a dangerous game. Maybe I'll play.
And we're putting in the motorized blackout and sheer shades in the master bedroom.
And then all the wires will go into here, and that's where it's gonna get its power from. Sweet.
At the same time he was working with the contractors, I was working on furniture placement. And so when I came out in July and August, one of the things I did was lay out I call it my paper doll method. I'd already picked out the furniture, but you know, there's a difference between Matterport making a floor plan for me and me being sure that all of the measurements were correct, and they weren't all quite accurate. So I was able to make some decisions on furniture placement.
All right, Granite Transformations has arrived, and all of the slabs are pre-cut and are going to be installed today. The old outer depth is rounded and way more shallow, which made it hard if you were trying to sit there like bar stools. But because it's going to clad around that stone, they're going to put on some wood underneath here, and then they're going to take these pieces over here, create the front, and then continue it underneath. And because of how sturdy the material is and how it's being installed, we can get rid of those funky little corbels that are ugly. And we are doing the fire suppression install today. The install of taking one sprinkler and splitting it into 2 sprinklers, but that requires shutting down the entire building of fire suppression. So kind of a big deal, but for a kind of a small part of the project, but we shall see. They brought the whole crew, and I'm gonna go down and get them right now.
All right, so we're just placing the whole system in test, just in case anything happens, and while we're working on the system, we don't have the fire department or anybody else coming up that we don't want rolling up here.
Makes sense.
Yes, sir.
Whatever you do, don't pull the wrong valve.
Yeah, we don't want to do that.
I breathe you in, I breathe you out, I feel it all around. Oh, can you feel it too? So are you ready?
So fire suppression sprinklers are in, and they are turning the water back on to the 43rd floor.
Wow, look how white it is. It looks great. The first couple of months, 2-3 months, was just like constant contractors in here doing what kind of things?
So we had the blinds. All the blinds were manual before, and the hard part is most people won't go around and open up blinds through an entire condo, so they either stay up or they stay down. And one of the things that the client wanted was the ability to just have everything go up, everything go down, and that's when we talked about home automation.
Okay, this is so cool because I actually told him to cut a notch out of there so that when it comes down, it bypasses that little pony wall issue. Man, that is cut to perfection. Wow. So I have this project downtown.
Okay.
It's a condo, and I need an area rug for a guest bedroom.
Okay.
And I would really like to get a very big rug for the living room / dining room combo. This could possibly work. That actually might look good, but do you have that in that huge size,
I
18
do.
by something?
I do have it in a 10 by 19.
Don't be, oh, okay. I'm like, don't be lying to me. Ooh, what's this? Oh,
That would be good for that.
that would be good. That could be super cool. Oh. See, wouldn't it be so fun to do like a
use
living
both
room
of
and
it.
this and this in the dining room kind of thing?
I think it would be incredible.
In a super like contemporary home that's on the
Incredible.
water. It's
Yes.
very square and
With silver
like-
legs and chrome or
hey,
something.
don't be like messing with my vision, okay? I just brought silver legs in.
Do you usually see this many lights on a built-in?
No, not as many. This is and especially not this short, you know.
Yeah.
This one vertical, yeah, or is horizontal, this long, no, not too many.
It's gonna shut down the power grid.
Yeah.
Hi, how are you? Oh, it's so good to see you.
Seen you in forever.
I know.
How have you been?
I've been fine.
I thought you moved to Oklahoma or Arkansas or something.
I did, but I'm still doing some projects here.
Oh, you are?
Yeah, I kind of came out of
Welcome.
retirement.
Oh, good for
They
you.
forced me.
I get it. I hear that all the time.
I do like this fabric. I think this would lay really nicely for window treatments. And this is my headboard. So I think that cream is awful. But this off-white, winter white kind of feel. And then these are my chairs. That's pretty. Okay, what time is it? We gotta go because we gotta go down to Designer's Gallery and take a look at their accessories.
It's me who holds the grip. So when I look down at my feet.
So right now I'm at Designer's Gallery. Again, another place that I used to shop a lot when I had my practice here in San Diego. Courtney is the owner of the store, and this is a to the trade only kind of showroom. She has kind of a smattering of a lot of different styles and things, and I used to always come here and find last minute accessories and lamps and small tables and, you know, poofs and ottomans, that kind of thing. But I've also bought furniture from them in the past.
All right, so just got to the condo and the Blackwell lighting is coming in for the win. We got all of the light fixtures, globes out, and we're figuring out what pattern we're gonna do.
So yesterday when I was shopping, I actually went to Lazy Boy. And because my client wants a recliner in this room, and she's like serious about it, and I'm like, okay. So I'm trying to find one that's cool looking, and I think this one is pretty contemporary and fun. So it swivels, which is nice, and you can see it from behind, which is how you'll see it when you walk in the room. You'll see it from here. But take a look at this. Let's see if I can figure out how to do this. So I go like this. That's nice. I'm gonna do two in the bedroom because I have these big chairs that are gonna sit on them. The reason I am picking animal skins for this room is because it's a very odd shape location, and it has to kind of move around a post and that kind of thing. So the organic shape of this kind of rug gives you the freedom to do that.
Ugly light bar removed. You can see that orange pipe in there is actually the fire suppression. Let's not hit that. They're gonna be putting in the outlet for the new track lighting system that's gonna go in here. New chandelier. Kitchen is all done.
I think one of the nice changes we made for her was in this condo there's a laundry room and a pantry, but those rooms were so congested with cords. So I think the fact that we did this and put it all in the walls it's not an inexpensive process, but what a luxury it is. There was a lot of drywall that was opened up, and Scott did that. He also added the audio visual. So we put in 3 frame TVs, which I love because they're like artwork.
One of the hard things with the frame TVs is because they're so thin, there's a black box. That's like the brain that's usually inside of a TV, but that has to be placed somewhere. So behind 2 of the TVs, we have these recessed boxes, but the interior walls of the high-rise condos are thinner than your standard.
Yeah, you usually have a good 4.5 inches from drywall over here, then your studs, and then your drywall. These studs are like 2 inches deep.
Living room TV, we had to run cables through the condo to another box in the laundry room, so just one little cord could come out of the wall and plug into the TV.
Lottie to the rescue. The carpets or the rugs are here. And they are massive.
So now they're changing the direction of the rug because I want the darker side to be what you see when you first walk in. Okay. So right now, Lightworks, these guys are here. They're trying to install track lighting in the ceiling because this is a concrete ceiling and we can't put canned lights in.
One of the challenges we had with lighting in here in the living room was concrete ceilings, but there was one hole up here on the soffit where they had track lighting, and the client absolutely hated it.
So did I.
But there's, what else do you do? Like, you have to kind of light this room, otherwise it's dark in here.
You're just gonna put lamps everywhere?
So we figured out a way to do track lighting in a really cool, artistic way.
So this is just like obnoxious gold, right? And yet you can see the rest of my things are more like an antique brass kind of look. So I want to just tone it down. This used to have a backsplash that came across here and cut up. We took that off and it left this. So they put caulking on it. But if you can match this finish. We'll also, over here, as it comes up to the ceiling, you see that little space? Yep. And it's on both sides. I think that should look like cabinet. Could we add a small piece and get this to the wall? If the brass piece went all the way across,
the thing is we don't have a support for that one either.
You won't need it. You're not putting any weight on it. If you have a way to connect, if it connects, it should be fine. And the cord itself, once that comes out and goes up in, that's going to give it some support as well.
Okay, we'll give it a try then.
Okay.
We also switched out all the can lights here to LED.
Yeah, and before there were different styles of lights with different trims, and so now everything is consistent. All of the light switches are consistent, and the outlets. Little things that make a big difference.
So we have a problem. The sofa I ordered is not fitting through the hallways, much less into the elevator. This could be a very expensive mistake on my part.
Marie, I have the worst situation going on right now. Here's the deal. I am finishing up a project. I flew back in for this install. I have my videographer coming down from Oregon. We're on this tight time schedule. And I ordered a sofa from Restoration Hardware, and it's too big. It will not fit in the elevator. And she lives on the top floor. We can't hoist it over the balcony. So my question is this. This is huge. I know I'm asking a lot. Can you cut this down for me? And can you do it in 3 days? I know. Yeah, I told the guys, they've taken it, the one piece that did fit in the elevator, they've taken it back down, they're gonna take it back to mahogany, and they're gonna put it together. Could Shuey meet me there? Hello, I got that control. Okay, so I need a miracle in 3 days. Can we get it by Monday morning?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Look at, oh, come on, you pat my back longer. Good. All right. And our cameraman. You're so funny. I want the base of this to feel wide, but when we get to the top shelves, I'm gonna switch over to the gray, because I think the gray looks good. It goes great with the background. Yeah. Each room is quite small, so we had some challenges with, really tiny nightstands and things like that, because there are so many windows in this place that your furniture placement, you are relegated to putting a bed on a certain wall that I would never put a bed on before. Like when you walk in a room and it's back here, it's the only wall it could go on. Just watch me now. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Wet, soaked. Man, you can't even see
I know.
anything. I'm gonna leave this suitcase here because this is gonna be the moment of truth. You know, I designed this built-in in the closet as the perfect guest room. To me, the perfect guest room has a place for you to store your luggage. Oh, fits like a glove.
One of the things that we did actually in the office that I think really makes a huge difference because the view is so important in this building.
It's spectacular.
That office space had, you know, it's all glass, but it has one wall that is connecting to where the neighbors are.
And it bumped back. It had one of those interesting bumps.
You came up with the idea of doing a floor-to-ceiling mirror that would essentially mirror what the view was, so it continues on the view into that room.
When you look in there, before you had a window here and a window here, well now it looks like it wraps around here as well. We had our rug supplier, Adi, he came and he said, I have been in this building before. I have a friend who has a place here. And he goes, wow, he needs to see this place because this is nothing like his. It is so upgraded and updated and so bright and airy and beautiful. We hope that you guys like how it turned out. And I want to say thank you to Scott for helping me with this project. That was a big ask. And to spend the hours that he spent helping me do this project. So that was really nice of you, honey. Thank you. And you gave me the perfectly clean, beautiful space that is wired, has the technology, the electrical, everything is just like ready for me to move in. So I came, not move in, but you know, move my people in. Let me just, yeah, I might still want to stay the night, but to bring all of my subcontractors in for the install. So please be sure to come back next week, Thursday at 2 o'clock Central to see the reveal of how this condo turned out. Now that you know the whole story behind it and what it took to get us to where we are today. So I can't wait for you guys to see that. All right, you guys, thanks for joining us today and we will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.
Just watch me now. Just watch me now.
Kaboosh! Just kidding. Right? The whole building starts shaking.